This is the DJI Power 1000 portable power station. The look grabbed me right away. Clean matte finish, subtle curves, and a build that feels premium without screaming for attention. The handles are thick and comfortable with no flex, and the whole body feels dense and solid. It's not ultralight, and I notice the weight when I carry it across a parking lot, but it gives me confidence that it'll hold up to real use. I wanted to try this unit because I've used a lot of power stations that are great for phones and tablets but choke on heavier gear. I camp, host backyard movie nights, and I've had a few short power cuts at home. My question is always the same. Can it run actual appliances without drama? From my experience, yes. The continuous output is rated at 22.0 watts with short spikes up to about 26.0 watts. In plain English, it powers devices that usually trip smaller stations. My portable AC kept running longer than I expected, and when my fridge compressor kicked in during a brief outage, the DJI didn't flinch. Key features that matter here are the Li-Fi offer battery chemistry, the fast AC recharge, and the quiet cooling. Li-Fi offer stands for lithium iron phosphate. It's known for better safety and a longer cycle life than standard lithium-ion. This unit is rated for thousands of cycles, and that eases my mind because I plan to use it often, not just for emergencies. Capacity sits a bit over 1,000 watt-hours. That's enough to charge laptops multiple times, run a CPAP overnight, keep a mini cooler humming, or handle short bursts on hungrier gear. The built-in battery management system watches temperature, voltage, and current, and it's obvious in daily use because everything feels controlled and predictable. Charging speed impressed me. On a wall outlet, I go from empty to around 80% in under an hour and to full in roughly 70 minutes. That's a big deal for me because I don't always have a long window to top up before a trip or a storm. It also supports solar. Out of the box, it's straightforward to plug in a couple of panels, and I saw about 400 watts with two 200-watt panels under good sun. DJI advertises that you can push up to around 800 watts if you add the right accessory. That part took a little homework. The extra adapter isn't included, so if you want maximum solar, plan for that purchase. Once set up, solar input is reliable, and the screen gives clear input numbers so I can decide whether to rearrange panels or leave them be. Ports are clean and focused. There are two AC outlets, two USB-C ports that can each hit 140 watts for fast laptop charging, two USB-A ports, and DC options for things like a car fridge. I get why some people want a dozen ports, but in my day-to-day, these are the ones I actually use. Plug a projector and speakers into AC for movie night, charge a MacBook Pro at full speed on USB-C, and top up a phone on USB-A. No problem. If you're doing a big tailgate with everyone plugging in at once, you might wish for more outlets, but for my routine, this layout stays tidy and practical. I also care a lot about noise. Fans on many power stations ramp up fast and get annoying, especially in a small tent or a quiet room. This one is impressively quiet. DJI rates it down in the low 20s dB, and it matches what I've heard. I ran a CPAP overnight and kept glancing over because I couldn't hear it. It just sat there doing its job. Here's something that surprised me. There's no app. I assumed a DJI Power station would have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi control like some units from Anker or EcoFlow. You don't get remote toggles or detailed graphs on your phone. In my opinion, that will either be a non-issue or a deal-breaker depending on your style. I like data, but after a few weeks I appreciated the simplicity. The screen is bright and shows what I actually need. Input, output, and a very reasonable estimate of hours remaining based on the current load. It's quick to glance at when I'm cooking or packing up camp. On the build side, everything feels tight. The ports don't wiggle, the buttons have a clear click, and the shell doesn't creak. I've stood on it out of curiosity and it didn't flex. I wouldn't make a habit of using it as a stool, but it shows how sturdy the frame is. For anyone who runs DJI drones, the optional cables are a legit bonus. I charged my drone batteries directly from the station and saw faster turnarounds than my car inverter or stock bricks. If you shoot in remote spots, this cuts downtime and lets you keep working instead of waiting. To see where it stands, I did some side-by-side use with a friend's Anker Solix Cone 1000. That model is solid, but its continuous rating is lower, and peaks feel shorter. My portable AC is a good stress test, and the DJI kept it going longer before throttling. On charging speed, the DJI refill time edged ahead when plugged into a wall. If you love app controls and a larger port array, the Anker still holds appeal. If raw output and fast refill matter most, DJI has the advantage in my hands-on use. It's not all perfect. The weight is noticeable when I'm moving it a lot. I wish there were optional wheels or a cart that matched the footprint. The solar accessory situation can be confusing at first. If you want to hit that higher solar input, be ready to buy and learn the right adapter. And I've seen a few reports floating around about AC outlets switching off for some users. I haven't had that happen, but I'm watching for firmware notes or support updates just in case. In my opinion, the strongest parts are the steady high output, the very fast wall charging, and the quiet operation. Those three make it easy to use in real life, not just on paper. It's perfect for short trips where I don't want to lug a giant battery, for running essential gear during a brief outage, and for creative shoots where I need clean power with minimal noise. From my experience, the runtime estimates are accurate, and the battery chemistry gives me confidence that it will last years with regular use. If you're new to this stuff, here's a quick translation of the big terms. Life-EP offer means a safer, longer-lasting battery type. Continuous watts is what it can sustain over time, while peak watts is a short burst for startup surges on things like fridges and compressors. Watt-hours is the size of the tank, telling you roughly how long you can run your gear. And 140-watt USB-C means it can feed a hungry laptop directly without needing a bulky power brick. I'd recommend this for people who value dependable output and quick refills over app control and a huge number of ports. If you use DJI drones, the ecosystem perks are real, because those optional cables turn this into a fast field charger for your flight batteries. If you want every feature under the sun and you love managing power over your phone, you might miss the app. If you mainly need a quiet, strong power source you can trust, this hits the mark. In conclusion, the DJI Power 1000 delivers the kind of power and charging speed that makes life simpler. It starts fast, runs quietly, and handles the kind of loads that matter to me. It's not featherlight, and getting the most out of solar takes extra parts, but the day-to-day payoff is big. I can pack up, plug in, and get on with my plans without fussing over the details. If this video helped, please subscribe and drop your questions or your own experiences in the comments. Thank you for watching.